sides and cut the wire.
Welcome back to At the Mic with Michael Schumacher, brought to you by JR's Oasis. It's more than a fuel station, more than a convenience store. It is your one-stop travel shop on Fox Sports Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK, Vermilion, and Yankton. And we are talking some Crofton athletics. It's softball season in Crofton. It's Legion baseball season. And we're talking with Camry Michael. Camry, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you doing?
I am better than I deserve. I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me today. I was glad your mom responded to my message. So, yeah, this is cool. So I tell you what, you can introduce yourself better than I can. Why don't you take a moment to tell us a little bit about you, your family, hobbies, interests, anything like that?
All right. So my name's Camry Michael. I'm the daughter of Melinda and Justin Michael. I have two brothers, Caden Michael and Cody LaCroix. My interests are softball, basketball, and volleyball, and I also am interested in horses. My favorite subject in school is probably math, and yeah, that's a lot about myself, pretty much. That's what my main stuff are.
All right, well let's focus on a little bit of that. Horses. You like riding horses? Do you do that competitively? You just enjoy going out for rides, or just enjoy horses in general? What about it?
Well, I like riding horses. I just love being around them. It's just, they bring a lot of peace. I don't know. I like to work with them a lot, and I just love to be around them.
All right. Now, is that something that you're thinking maybe you want to do once you're out of school, is work with horses and animals, or what's your career path that you're thinking? Or are you thinking, I'm a freshman, dude, just back off a little bit?
No, actually, I had after high school, I want to go to college to play softball, actually.
Okay.
And then I want to be a veterinarian. That's what I want to do, and then work with my horses yet.
All right, a veterinarian. Well, that would be great. You'd get to work with horses. And so would you want to be like a large animal vet, go work with horses and work with farms? Or would you want to work with all animals from tiny little chihuahuas up to whatever?
I'd love to work with all animals. I just love them all.
All right. Well, I think that's kind of the first parameter to becoming a vet is you got to love animals. So if you've got that should help, right?
Yep.
Exactly. All right. And so you want to play softball in college. So, now softball, is it a state sanctioned sport in Nebraska, or is it club during the school year as well? Or how do the softball seasons work in high school in Nebraska?
Well, for our school in Crofton, Nebraska, we don't have school softball, so it's more like just summer ball. Like, we start during the school, in April, we start practices, but we don't have any games until school gets out. But there is some schools in Nebraska that do school softball, which I feel like that would be so much fun. I wish Crofton had school softball because I would love it, but just they play summer ball only.
All right, and so you're in the middle of summer ball right now. I saw you guys got a win that you guys seem to be doing pretty well. It feels like every time I'm seeing something on Facebook that it's with you guys winning something. How are you guys doing this year?
We're actually doing very good. We had some rough patches here and there, like what all teams sometimes have. But so far, we've kind of got over those patches, and we've just been a pretty strong team. We're so far 3 times in a row district champions.
All right. Well, that is amazing. Now, we're going to talk more softball here afterwards, but I always like to do some icebreakers. But even before that, you mentioned volleyball and basketball. So you were a freshman this past year. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. So you're heading into your sophomore year. Now, for both of those, for volleyball and basketball, obviously Crofton's had some tradition of success, especially in basketball. But you guys have graduated a number of really good athletes over the last couple of years. Even as a sophomore, do you feel like you're going to be stepping into more of a leadership role in the next year or two?
Oh, yeah, for sure. We've lost a lot of good players. But I feel like if our basketball team, if we really work very hard, I could see us succeeding really far. We have such nice girls, and it's just we're all friends, and I feel like we encourage each other so much. And a lot of girls work really hard for it. So.
Well, and having the success that's gone before you guys, do you feel, does that kind of push you guys a little bit more as well?
It does, because I feel like it does, because we have to try to, because the schools that girls basketball team has been to state so many times in a row. And, like, I feel like we just don't want to let that down. So we try to work harder because we did lose a lot of good athletes. And it's just we have to try to work so much more harder because we don't have a lot of height on our team either. But I just feel like we just have to work really hard to get to where the team was, like, last year, like, past years before that.
All right. Now here's a key question because you're in a lot of sports. Now, I know both of your parents, so I'm going to ask, who'd you get your athleticism from?
Oh, definitely my mom. My dad, my dad was a good wrestler. That's pretty much it. He did play football.
He did.
He
was a good middle linebacker. I'm going to tell you, I was the statistician because that was my athletic ability. But he was good. That's why I asked. But your mom was a great athlete, too.
Yeah, I got to say probably more from my mom, but I do got to say maybe of both a little.
Okay. All right. Well, I like I said, I know your mom was a great athlete, and her brothers were good athletes. I graduated with Merlin. So, yeah. Yeah, so I kind of knew there was going to be some from there. So, does your mom ever share stories of her athleticism, or do your dad, or did they just kind of let you do your own thing?
My mom always talks about it and all that stuff in basketball, how she played basketball and how she pitched for the boys' baseball team back then.
Yep.
Yep, she fills me in a lot.
Oh, that is good. Well, that's good. Well, that is nice to hear. And, I saw her at a number of the girls' basketball games. How nice is it to have your mom there to kind of cheer you on and support you?
It really means a lot to me. Like, my dad has a job that works, like, all the time, so it's kind of hard for him to be there. But when my mom's there, it also, like, it gives me, like, I don't know, I'm very grateful because it's just to have someone there supporting me and all that. So, yeah.
Well, no, I think that is amazing. So I just wanted to make sure I asked who you got your athleticism from. So, hopefully we don't cause any fights that you chose your mom, but I think you probably did. We'll go 60-40 that it comes from your mom, at the very least, 60-40. So, all right. Well, I'm going to ask you some icebreakers before we get to softball. Think you're ready for them?
Yep.
All right. One final meal. What are you going to have?
One final meal. I'd probably have, that's kind of hard, I'd probably have a medium rare steak.
Man, see, and you even answered it right. You gave me how it's prepared. Medium rare is perfect. So I love that. And my dad is not a sports fan, so he doesn't listen to my show, so I can say this every time somebody says steak. He orders it, he gets his done well done, and I'm like, oh, I question our relationship every time. I still love him, but well done is just, no, you got to go medium rare. It's perfect.
Yeah, that is literally for sure.
All right, and now are you going to have dessert?
Yeah, I probably would. I'll probably have like one of those like dirt cakes or whatever, like those like it's like Oreos and ice cream with like those little gummy worms.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, those things are delicious. So, no, that sounds like a perfect way to cap that off. All right. Now, are you a fan of music?
I am.
All right, if you could see any three musical artists from throughout history, so living or dead, live in concert, who would you want to see?
Probably the first one would be Michael Jackson for sure. Then Hudson Westbrook, and then Morgan Wallen.
All right. Now, Michael Jackson, have you seen the movie yet?
No, I haven't. I really wanted to, but I've just been really busy.
No, that gets in the way of going to the movies because you got to parcel out like 3-4 hours just to get there and get. No, I get it.
Yep.
And it'll probably be available for streaming or somewhere at some point here in the near future. So.
Yeah, that's for sure.
All right. And Hudson Westbrook, I love him. And Morgan Wallen, he's solid too. So nice choices. Okay, now you can travel back to any point in the Earth's history one time, and you're guaranteed safe return. To when would you travel and why?
Oh, man, that one's kind of hard. I'd probably, I'd probably travel back to the year when Jesus was born, to be honest.
All right. I like that. I'm assuming you want to be in Bethlehem where he's being born, right?
Yep.
Okay. Otherwise, that'd be no, go ahead.
I would love just to experience, like, his, like, birth and all that. That'd be so cool.
I agree, and I feel like my faith would be so much stronger after that too.
Yeah. Yep.
So, no, that's a great answer. I love that. Okay, now, assume all of your basic life needs are met. So you have guaranteed food, shelter, clothing, and transportation. And we'll toss a phone in there too.
Okay.
And money is no object, but you can only buy one thing. What would you want to buy?
Probably, wait, could you repeat the question?
Yeah, so you don't want for anything. You have food, shelter, clothing, and transportation, and a phone. Money is no object, but you can only buy one thing. So you could think as big as you want, but what would that one thing be?
It would probably be a dog.
A dog. Okay, what kind of dog are you going to get?
A dachshund.
Really?
Yep.
All right. I love those little guys. You know, you see them run. I see more social media videos, and by the way, I think dogs are like the great equalizer. You know, you send a dog into a room, and even the toughest people seem to warm up to dogs. So we need more of them in the world. But I love seeing those little guys because they just always so look out of place sometimes, don't they?
Yep, I have one actually. Her name's Chloe.
You do? Okay, how old's Chloe?
She is 12.
Ooh, wow. All right, well.
Yep, she's pretty up there.
She is. Cherish that time with her.
That's for sure.
All right, well, excellent. And then finally, as you go through life, and now this could be a celebrity or a famous athlete or something like that, or it could be people close to home, but who is someone or are some people that you hold up as examples and say, man, if I can live life or be like her or him, I'm going to consider myself a success?
Well, I do gotta say, like, I really look up to, like, Carlin Pickens, she's a softball pitcher for Tennessee, or, like, Jordy Fram, the pitcher for Nebraska.
Yeah.
Because I love softball pitching. Like, I feel like that's what, like, my calling is to do and all that. So it's, like, I really look up to them because I just really want to be them and maybe play for maybe one of those teams when I'm older.
Well, I think that'd be amazing. And what's great about the two of them is they seem to be really great off the field, too. They seem to be great, just people, you know. Great athletes, but they haven't allowed it to go to their head. I mean, Jordy, heck, you know, she could have easily had an inflated ego. Came back to Nebraska, her home state, just to try to get them, take them to the next level. And you don't hear anything negative about her. And now she's going to coach with them.
Yeah, I know. I was so surprised, and I was like, I'm actually so happy that she's still staying with the Nebraska because I feel like she's a pretty good influence on that team and for a lot of these younger pitchers out here.
I think so as well. And Carla Pickens is amazing, too. She's so fun to watch. And so I think you've got two pretty good ones there. Awesome. Well, I don't know if you expected the icebreakers, but you did great. But you okay if we wrap up talking a little softball?
Yep.
All right. So my first question is usually what position do you play? But it sounds like you like to pitch.
Yep, I like to pitch. And if I'm not pitching, I'm usually catching. But I'm more a pitcher. I play a lot of pitching.
All right. And from the articles I read and see shared, you seems like you have a pretty good bat. I always see you kind of listed in the hitting columns as well.
Yeah, I've been really working on that because this last year, I've been kind of in the dumps, like with my batting lately. But this year I've worked so hard and try to fix my batting, and I've seen that it's come a long way for me, and I just never gave up on it because I just really, it kind of brought down discouragement when I didn't, like I struck out a whole bunch of times last year, and my batting wasn't up to par where I thought it could be, but I didn't give up. I didn't let that shut me down. I just kept working and working at it, and so far it's paid off, so I'm thankful for that.
Well, that is great. And, you know, playing in Crofton, those softball fields, there's a lot of community support behind that softball program, isn't there?
Oh, that's for sure. We have a lot of community support. If it's not them showing up to the games, it's people donating money, supporting in our fundraisers and all that stuff.
Well, and that is so fun to see. And so, you know, obviously the program is doing well. How late does it go into the summer, and then do you do other softball besides what you do with Crofton?
Well, we start like in April, and it goes till July 4th. That's when our state ends. So we go out to Hastings, Nebraska for state softball. I want to go play for a fall ball team, but I haven't got the chance to because I'm so busy with basketball and volleyball. And I really do want to like go play and start my full career on softball and just focus on that. If I could play softball all year round, I would in a heartbeat.
What is it about softball that holds such an appeal to you?
Well, I just love the game. It's just, I don't know, it just erases my mind from all the struggles if I'm going through and, like, all the challenges. It just erases my mind, just makes me, like, feel good. And I love the environment that I'm around. The girls are so nice. You start really good friendships with people. I have a friend. She supported me all the time in softball. She never lets me down. Her name's Avery Orange. You probably know her. She's really good in running.
Oh, yeah. I interviewed her earlier this year, so yeah.
Yep. She supports me in every single sport. She's such a good friend.
Well, that is awesome to hear. And so, obviously getting that chance, you've kind of been, as you've grown up, I know you're just a freshman, going to be a sophomore here. It really feels like softball over the last, I'd say 3, 4, 5 years has really exploded. Have you seen that as well? And what's it been like to be a part of a sport that seems to be growing so much?
Well, it's actually been really good. Like, there's a lot of girls that are going out. But recently, for Crofton, we're kind of short on numbers because I feel like the summer gets a lot, really busy because we're up doing basketball and volleyball practice in the morning, which is totally fine. But, the numbers actually for Crofton have started to decrease, I feel like. But then, we have these girls that come in, and it's just amazing to see some numbers come up in the Crofton, softball team because it's we really haven't had that. So, but now we're starting the numbers to come up, and it's really amazing to see these girls just want to go play softball.
Well, and do you think Nebraska softball being so good these last couple of years has helped with the interest in the sport?
I do, actually, because I feel like there's a lot of girls Creighton. We played Creighton Sunday, actually, and they have a lot of girls, and there's a lot of teams that we've played that have tons of girls, and I actually do think that's help bring the girls in because people in our class still talk also don't play softball, but they talk about the girls softball a lot for Nebraska, and it's I feel like that team has really drawn attention to the softball team.
Well, and I think that is good to hear. Well, Camry, I know you're busy, but let me ask you this, because when I messaged your mom, she said you were already lifting. What time were you down lifting already this morning?
So I had to be at school by 6:20 just to get there earlier, get my shoes on. So from 6:20 to 7:15 we have basketball practice. Then from 7:15 to 8 o'clock we weight lift, and then 8 to 8:45 or to 9 is volleyball practice.
Wow. Well, that is some dedication. Yeah, when she said you were lifting, I was like, wait a minute, my show starts at 7. How early? I'm thinking, how early does she have to be down there? Well, you guys are dedicated. That is amazing to hear. And so, like I said, I know you're busy, but Camry, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today. Really appreciate it. Best of luck, and tell your parents hi for me, okay?
Yes, of course I will. Thank you for taking your time to interview me, and I will tell my parents hi.
That sounds great. You have a great day, okay?
You too. Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye. That was Camry Michael of Crofton, going to be a sophomore, volleyball, softball, basketball. And her parents are Melinda Michael, and Justin Michael. I graduated with Justin from Crofton. Great middle linebacker. He was a great wrestler before he moved to Crofton. And Melinda, one of the great LaCroix athletes. So, and Camry's been doing some great things. And so I was so happy when I saw that, she had done well. And I thought, yeah, that's how I can keep interviewing Crofton athletes. So we're going to try to keep this up through the summer, whether it's softball, baseball with Crofton, Hardington, Northeast Nebraska, Southeast South Dakota. So if you have ideas for people for me to interview, young men, young women, text me, 605-661-5858. In the summer, things are a little less organized. I get stuff through the schools during the school year, but in the summer, it's a little more of a free-for-all. So if you guys have information for me, please text me. And if you're a business that you would like to sponsor these interviews, if you're a Crofton business saying, yeah, I'd like you to be talking about me right now because you're giving me credit, give me a call as well, 605-661-5858. This is At the Mic with Michael Schumacher, brought to you by JR's Oasis. It's more than a fuel station, more than a convenience store. It's your one-stop travel shop on Fox Sports Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK, Vermilion, and Yankton.